So those of you who follow me on Instagram might remember me finding this Range Rover a few months ago, just at Christmas time, when I was taking a few walks around the area here, and I found a whole bunch of really interesting cars, but this Range Rover really caught my eye. Beautiful Arden green, classic Range Rover, sitting on someone's drive. So I knocked on the door and the owner answered, and we had a nice long chat, and she told me the whole story, but we kept in touch. And part of the story was that the car had to go at some point because she is going to have her drive redone in the summer. And lo and behold, it is almost the summer now. And she called me up literally yesterday, I think it was, to say, right, the car's got to go. Can you come round and have a look? So I did that yesterday, and now we need to make a plan of how to get it onto a trailer and taken away. So the plan for today is to go down there. I've got some tools with me, not many, and see if we can get it jacked up and the wheels turning, because it's been sitting since 2013 with the handbrake on. So I'll show you around in a bit, and I don't know how much filming I can do when I get there. I will ask her and see what we can do. So quite exciting. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a massive Land Rover fan and have loved the classic Range Rover from when I was a kid. Of course, back then it was the current model, and even though I had a Land Rover Series 3, this was the ultimate dream car for me. I remember driving a neighbour's 3.5 EFI and thought it was the perfect car. Rugged, yet refined, and in my opinion, one of the best looking 4x4s around. So I've always wanted one of these beauties, so when I spotted this one, I had to knock on the owner's door. That was Christmas last year, and now we jump forward a few months to spring this year, and we pick up the action. Morning guys, so there's a lot happening today. The sun is shining, thank goodness, but I'm going to pick up that Range Rover today. So heading off to Johnny's house because he's going to lend me a jack, which will make things a lot easier. I've got to try and unseize all of those wheels, and then I've got to bomb down to Cobham, pick up a trailer and head back up. So wish me luck. I'll give you updates during the day. Right, I've picked up the jack and a few other bits from Johnny, safety specs, mallet, crowbar. And you might notice in addition, he actually gave me this hat, which is quite funny. But thanks for the hat, Johnny. And yeah, off we go, heading to the car now. Okay, so just arrived at the house. There's nobody here. I'm on my own. She just called me, actually, the owner, and says, how long will it take you to get rid of it? Because the drive guys are coming. Well, they want to come right now, but I said, realistically, with going to get the trailer, it's going to be late morning. So here she is. So she's jacked up at the front, which I've got to get rid of. Apparently the keys are inside. I've got to pump up the tyres. I've got to jack the back up to make sure that they go round. But look at this, look. So I think this one goes round, that's brilliant. But it's whether these ones do or not is the question. Pretty solid. So to get started, it's just a case of jacking up the car on all four corners to make sure the wheels go round, but also to pump up the tyres. Okay, so I've just jacked up this wheel, and thank goodness this thing goes round, which is perfect. So I'm going to pump up that tyre and try the other side. I've got the second wheel up in the air, the third wheel is being pumped up, and this is the moment of truth. I'm hoping this goes around. Oh, look at that, you beauty. Oh, it turns. Awesome. bit stiff, but what can you expect for sitting for 13 years? I mean, what a testament to the engineering and the ownership. Clearly a very, very well looked after vehicle. Right, perfect. Got to get the pump round here next. Okay, so that's that one holding air. I've put it up to 34 psi. Now, just got to make sure, I mean, this has got air in it, but I've got to move the car around a little bit here so I can get it closer for this pump to reach. Oh, you beauty. Yes, and the handbrake is moving. That's great news. Look at that. That's insane. So we're literally doing the last wheel. I say we, it's just me. But those tyres are holding air really, really well. I've just put it into park and the handbrake on, just to be on the safe side that it doesn't roll away. So the only thing I've got to do is lower that down, take the jack stand out of that one because the jack stands belong to them. I've already put one over here from the other side. And then I'm going to head off down to Cobham trailer hire, which is about an hour's drive, and I'm going to head back. And basically what I've got to do is negotiate this very tight drive with a 5-meter trailer and probably a 5-meter car. So we're going to put it up behind here. The trailer's got a winch and hopefully it'll go on. That's better. Right. Okay, after I think 13 years, it's now back on its 4 wheels and looking fantastic. Okay, just come off the M25 and I've got another 5 minutes. And I thought I'd video this because this is absolutely beautiful. I think I've gone through Ockham Village or something, and it's really nice. It always amazes me how you can go from town to motorway to countryside pretty quickly over here. Okay guys, so I've just picked up the trailer from Reese at Cobham Trailer Hire. Really nice guy, really thorough as well. He walked me throughout the entire trailer, told me how to use it. Obviously looking after his machinery as well, because it's got new tyres. So yeah, he's based in Cobham if you need anything. But yeah, it's absolutely massive. I mean, massive. I feel like an HGV driver. I mean, it's the same size as the one I used to bring the Land Rover to Germany back in the day in 2018, 8 years ago. But yeah, it looks like a nice trailer. It tips, but it's also got the ramps. So looking good. I've put my number plate on the back as well because I didn't have an extra one, but that's all fine. I've also got a lock if I need to take the car off the trailer, or the other way around. But yeah, and also put some more air in the tyres. Right, so haven't driven a trailer in a while. It's not a problem. The car pulls really well, but I'm a little bit worried about the size of this whole thing, whether it's going to go through the owner's gateway in Ealing. And if not, that means I'm going to have to pull the car out onto the road and do it all on the road. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And also, the funny thing is, I haven't got a place to put it yet. So I can't put it at Ivan's, which is absolutely fair enough. We've got the Beetle down there at the moment, and we've got to finish that before we get any other projects down there. So I might try and put it at my parents' place, but that's also a bit tricky. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, it's classic. I've got the trailer. I'm going to go and get the car, but nowhere to put it. Right, I'm just hatching a plan of what I'm going to do with this Range Rover once I've picked it up. And you remember that I have a lockup. You know, I rent a sea container down in Kent. And currently my son's BMW is not in it because I drove it to France 2 weeks ago, and it's up in London now. And theoretically, it can stay in London, which frees up a space in my container. There is a lip up to the container, like a step. But if I drive this trailer right up to it, then I can use the ramps just to put it onto the bed of the container. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It makes most sense. Yeah. Here, parked on single yellows, and I've got to get into there somehow. So that's going to be good fun. This is Charlie, and he's helping me very kindly push this out onto the road. So we've maneuvered the car from where it's been resting for the last 13 years to over here now, and it is incredibly heavy. We've just pushed it down and then back up again. It's very cool to see it out there on the drive. Charlie's just getting his shoes, and we're going to push it up a little bit more so we can get the trailer onto the drive. Okay, so we managed to get in, and it's very tight, but it worked. So we're pretty much lined up now, and we're just going to put the car, well, we're going to put the trailer, what do they call them, the trailer thingies down, those, I can't remember what they're called, and then use the winch to winch it up. Okay, so that's hard work with the old arms, winching that up there, but it's looking good. That is heavy. I can really feel that on there. Bloody hell. It's like 750 kilos of trailer and 1,700 kilos of Range Rover. Okay, so just before setting off, I've just come home to get the keys for the lockup. But yeah, it is seriously on there. Nice and steady on there. I mean, it's really heavy to drive, but yeah, it's looking good. It does seem to be slanting to one side a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Look at that, the X5 is low down. It's seriously heavy. Right guys, so I'm on the M25 heading down to Kent. I'm going to put this in my container. It's the best thing for it, I think. Hope I can get it in okay. But yeah, it is heavy, man. It is really heavy. So we're bouncing around on the motorway like there's no tomorrow. There it is in the back there. What a car, and what a lovely family, you know. Charlie, Lee and their mum, they've just been so nice, and Charlie literally just helped me get the car on. He's done a lot of that in the past. He's a mechanic and works on cars and trains, and really nice guy. So really appreciate your help, Charlie. Thank you very much if you're watching this. I've got about an hour and a half drive down the M25, M26, M20. So yeah, it's going to be interesting getting this into the container, but I'll give you an update once we're there. I've just stopped on the hard shoulder, which I really don't like doing, but I've seen as a strap has come loose. Yeah, it's come right off the wheel. There's actually another one that's loose. Bloody hell, just as well I stopped, but it's on the outside, too close to the motorway, so I'm going to pull off down there and do it properly. Arrived at the container. We did have a little bit of a mishap with one of those straps. We got that back on. It's really windy. I don't know if you can hear me, but look at the X5. It's really low down on the back. But this is the container. Far too many bikes in there. And what I want to do is I want to back the car up to here and then literally just put it in here. But I've got a bit of tidying up to do, and what I'd really like to do is turn this round because I don't want this front in first, as it were. So what I'm going to do is it's going to be a right pain in the arse, but I'm going to lower this down, take it off the trailer, come round. Oh, I need a bit more space. I'm going to have to go back up that way a bit. But anyway, bring the trailer around here and put it on backwards so I can put it inside backwards first, if that makes sense. So this is the plan. Reversing right up to the container. I've cleared it out a little bit. And it's actually very lopsided, so I've got to come over a bit, but trying to get it over, well, I guess the left-hand side as much as possible. Right, let's go. That worked, and it's in, and interestingly the dimensions in the width and length aren't very much different to the BMW 36. It's about the same width and the same length. So we are in almost. I'm trying to get it over to the right hand side as much as possible, but yeah, I'm going to move this trailer now because it's in the way of people coming in. Okay guys, so I'm really hot and sweaty, but the Range Rover is in. And I've just been having a look around inside. I'll show you around the next time, but it's a very, very nice and cool interior. It's got quite a few optional extras. Yeah, it fits in there really well, better than I thought actually. I've got it nice and close down there, look, and I can still get down there. I've got to get these bikes in, annoyingly, but they'll go in the front. I look forward to giving you the next update. You know, if you like what you're seeing on the channel, please do consider subscribing. It really helps. It's only a small channel, but and I know I've started a few projects lately, and this is another one in line, but you know, I just work on the cars as and when I can. I'm obviously full-time at work, so even this was tricky to get this done, but and it's taken an entire day. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. So it's a quick sprint back to Cobham to drop off the trailer, followed all the instructions, dropped the trailer off, dropped the keys off, and then headed home.